My name's Roman, and I'm a video editor in the film department of a film agency. A typical day can be coming in, getting a coffee, and then looking on my schedule to see what job I'm on that day. It could be a job for any of the clients at the agency. That could be as short as an hour or as long as all day or all week. When I find that out, I'll know what director I'm working with, and I either do it, usually on a good day, there'll be two jobs, a morning and afternoon one, but it can be anything. Apart from a good technical background of learning your softwares and stuff like editing, having an editing background, you do need kind of skills like patience, time management, great communication skills because you'll be collaborating with a director or a producer. You've got to have a creative mind as well, so it helps to be an ideas person. But yeah, like generally anyone can learn those. So if you don't have those abilities, you could easily learn and train. If you want to be a video editor, I would definitely do any kind of production course. Personally, I decided I want to go into filmmaking when I was 16, so I chose for my A-levels film studies, media studies, photography, and English lit. But there are a bit more specialist subjects nowadays that are more involved in production, so definitely stuff like that. Well, I'm from the West Midlands, but I was actually living in Barcelona during the pandemic. So when that happened, I moved back, and I was very surprised to find that there was a film agency of this size in the West Midlands. So I just applied, and I got an interview, and I got in, and been here almost 2 years now. Well, as well as the A-levels I mentioned earlier, I went to university to do a film production degree, and I was trained mostly in like fiction film, short film backgrounds. And then I moved to Barcelona and got trained in documentary filmmaking. So I've worked on kind of short form stuff, online stuff, televised documentary stuff. And obviously YouTube is a thing that everyone can do now, so I've dabbled in a bit of that. But my experience kind of ranges is with different levels. But here where we work now, you get a lot of different clients, so it's great to have experience with so many different types of companies, really. Because I'm a big Doctor Who fan, there was a TV show on BBC Three called Doctor Who Confidential that showed you the behind the scenes of how you made the show. And that's the first time I learned that filmmaking was a job that you could actually do. And then ever since, I've just been interested in things like script writing, directing, cinematography, and eventually editing. And I found as soon as I knew I wanted to go into film, I found that editing was like the main part of it. It was the part you could get the most control over, the part you could really be creative with, whether you've had a really bad shoot and you've got to fix it, or you've had a really amazing shoot and you've got loads of options to play with. So I specialized in editing because I found that was more interesting, but also it's a skill that not many people can do. So as soon as I kind of started training and thought I was good at it, I just ran with it. Well, I think nowadays there's a lot more digital avenues that weren't around before I got into it. Like there's social media, so there's stuff like YouTube and TikTok that's very independent. So you could kind of cut your teeth practicing making those kind of videos, or you could actually get a job. You know, legitimate businesses run their businesses on those platforms now. So there's a space. But there's definitely corporate and commercial kind of work that is a good way to train you on agency work, which is what is going to fund a lot of it. But also making stuff outside with your friends, whether it be short films or documentaries, and you can sell them to other things. But for editing, it's just start doing it yourself, start making stuff yourself. There's always going to be agencies you can apply for to be a video editor, or there's always going to be an influencer per se that you can form a relationship with and build stuff as a brand, or you could just do it yourself and be a freelancer and find work yourself. Definitely start making stuff. Just even if you get your phone out and you just start recording silly little things, record stuff, put it on your computer. You don't need a fancy editing software to get started. You can cut your teeth on really basic editors that are available online for free. And they're not going to be good when you start, but the more you start making young, the better you'll be, and you'll hone in on your craft, and you'll understand all the different nuances of the craft. And also, you've got things like Skillshare and YouTube, so there's just so much more available to teach you how to do it. So literally just start making stuff yourself, and eventually you'll be good enough that people will be asking you how you made all of that stuff. And then, you can be a video editor.